Hi everyone. In the previous chapters, we have learned about the roles of retail managers. And now, we are shifting our attentions to focus on the roles of retail supervisors. The overall task of the supervisors is to convey organizational needs, monitor the performance of workers, provide directions, encouragements, identify growth needs, and maintain the mutual relationship between staff and the company in order for both to succeed. Before we start, let us look at the 5 questions. Will this person have hiring and firing powers? Will this person set objectives for their direct reports? Will these persons make critical decisions about how resources are spent? Does this role require big picture thinking, aligned with company goal? Will this person be asked to make decisions regarding the directions of the departments? So, if your answer is yes to all these questions, it means that you are looking for a manager. However, if you are looking for a person who is competent in the specific role and whose jobs will be to make sure the quality and compliance from their direct reports, it means that you are looking for a supervisor. Now, we look at the difference between a manager and a supervisor. The job descriptions of the supervisors will most likely include experience performing the exact works of the worker that he or she supervises. Conversely, the job requirements for managers will more likely require broader expertise in managing people. In short, a manager should have greater expertise in handling staff and expertise in the company. Conversely, a supervisor would have more understandings of the day-to-day jobs of the staff they supervise. A supervisor is typically under a manager in an organization's hierarchy. The role of supervisors is often one of the first managerial roles that a professional and competent employee may put on his or her resume. Most supervisors are appointed from the internal departments they supervise, rather than hired from outside the company. The supervisor is usually a high performer who has been with the organization for a long time. He or she is well acquainted with both the company policy and the level of work required of the rest of the team. Supervisors oversee a group of individuals who work in similar roles. Their role is more to assign jobs and keep employees on track rather than to orchestrate them. A supervisor has many roles to perform, being the leader in direct communications with operatives. The goal behind the success of this role is to bring in the company stability and soundness that can be maintained by growing income, which is the end result of higher productivity. Therefore, there are 10 functions of a supervisor. Number 1, planning and organizing. The basic functions of the supervisors is to prepare the worker daily schedules by directing them in the nature of their jobs and also dividing the job among the workers according to their interests, ability. Number 2, provisions of working conditions. The supervisors play a major role in the factory's physical environment and organizing the physical resources at the right locations. This means supplying staff with adequate settings, ventilations, lightings, water installations, and etc. It's key duty of a supervisor to provide staff with safe and hygienic environments. Number 3, leadership and guidance. A supervisor is the leader of workers under him. Supervisors guide and inspire the staff to perform their best and also direct the worker by setting production's goal and providing them with guidance and guidelines for achieving those goals. Number 4, motivations. Supervisors play a significant role in providing employees with various opportunities to perform better. There are various monetary and non-monetary rewards that could motivate employees to work better. Number 5, controlling. Control is an essential task carried out by the supervisors. These involve 1, recording the actual performance against the time schedule. 2, checking of the progress of work. Number 3, finding out deviations if any and making solutions. 4, if not independently solved, reporting it to top management. Number 6, linking pin. A supervisor serves as a bridge between managers and staff. In addition, he communicates management's decisions to staff on behalf of management. He has direct interactions with the staff and can deal with the management's problems, complaints, suggestions, and etc. In this way, he communicates and addresses worker problems and bring it to the notice of management. Number 7, grievance handlings. The supervisors can efficiently manage employee complaints. For this, he has to do the following things. 1, he can be in direct touch with workers. 2, by winning the confidence of the worker by solving their problems. 3, by taking worker problems on humanitarian grounds. 4, if he cannot tackle it independently, he can take the help and advice of management to solve it. Number 8, reporting. A supervisor has an important role in reporting on costs, quality, and others' performance that may result in increased productivity. Factors like costs, outputs, performance, quality, and etc. can be reported continually to the management. Number 9, introducing new work methods. The supervisors need to be mindful of the competitions and competitive climates. Thus, he can innovate production techniques. Whenever possible, he should move the staff to new schedules. He should also do the best to continue to develop and improve the physical atmosphere around the employee. These will result in 1, higher productivity. 2, high morale of workers. 3, satisfying working conditions. 4, improving human relations. 5, higher profits. And number 6, higher stability. Lastly, enforcing disciplines. A supervisor may take several steps to maintain discipline in the matters by controlling control and procedures, strict orders and instructions, accounting for general factors disciplines, imposing penalties and punishing indisciplinary staff. Both these moves help to boost the overall factory's disciplines. There are several characteristics you need to be able to show to become a successful supervisor. First, communications and influence. Many good supervisors tend to have a positive personality and a skill to interact with all types of people effectively. To successfully supervise a team and bring the best out of them, they have to be able to respect you. In other words, leading by example. A good supervisor should be able to act when appropriate, and the job should certainly not be to tell anyone what to do. By understanding and appreciating what their works require, you apply a positive impact on them, which in fact will allow them to impact their colleagues. It sets a strong framework for successful management. The next characteristic involves generating ideas and initiating change. A good supervisor will be able to identify areas of the retail business where improvement could be made and should be able to identify and build ideas about how to improve the cultures. A good supervisor should continually ask himself or herself if any issues can be solved and whether improvement need to be made. You should be able to articulate the reasons for that and the advantages of doing this so the worker can more effectively carry out their jobs. It causes an increase in the morale of the staff. Encouraging input from the staff is important. As a supervisor, you allow the staff to provide input and be open to suggestions about how issues should be dealt with differently. You should have a clear understanding of what the role of your worker are because you don't really know anything of what is going on out there on the shop floor. Consequently, facilitate all one-to-one sessions with your employees and have daily meetings with them or as a group so that suggestions and concerns can be thrown about and changes can be made. Next, setting a goal and targets. The retail sector is all about revenue productions. So, you and your team need to set realistic expectations and targets. Working towards something is also a key factor when it comes to motivations. And the workers would enjoy getting predefined targets they set. The retail business is all about being to withstand the pressures and from time to time solving problems. So, you should need to lead by example. So, take the customer's complaint, for example. You should recognize that customers' concerns are rarely addressed to the employee himself from the experience you have acquired during your career, but due to some real or perceived fault with the products or services. So, you must be able to handle complaint professionally in order to get the customers back to your business. By showing this to the worker, they will be able to deal with similar issue. By showing this to the worker, some of the other qualities that you should have if you want a good career as a retail supervisor. You should include coordinations, firmness yet fearless, showing versatility, and the ability to predict situations so that you can prepare ahead. In conclusions, there are significant different roles of a manager and a supervisor. The characteristics of a supervisor has been discussed in these chapters, following by the functions of a supervisor. Finally, there are 5 things a successful supervisor would do to increase the company profits. That's all for these chapters. Thank you for listening.